Actually, I'm curious about something else. I think I might have asked you guys on the group before. I'm not even sure. But like, I went out with my friends some weeks ago, right? And they were talking about um when you get married, if your wife has male friends or close male friends, are you guys okay with them still being close? Because these guys looked at me like I was mad, right? Because I personally, I think I may have told you guys, I don't know. I personally don't have like an issue with my wife as having male friends. Like I can get to know them, we can be cool. Like for me, it's not like a big deal for my wife
Like
to
a
have
close friend
male.
though?
But that's the thing when we say, because my personal thing is
Nah, the answer is no.
if like you had this friend for like 10 years, 15 years before you even met me. Nothing
Mm-hmm.
ever happened. This guy doesn't, you have no feelings for him, nothing. And
Mm-hmm.
then you meet me, we enter a relationship, whatever, we get married.
Mm-hmm.
If nothing happened between you guys throughout that time, right? I have less
Mm-hmm.
of a reason to think suddenly it will happen just because you're married. That's one thing. But the other thing is, when you
Okay.
guys talk about trust and trusting your partner and whatnot, where does that come in that aspect? Because if you feel like maybe she's around a guy, she's just gonna cheat on you, then where the fuck is the trust?
No, it's not necessarily about the
Yeah,
trust there, but there's a level to closeness though. If
So
she's
okay,
not
so what's
married
too
to
close for
you,
you?
no, I
What's
don't
too
know.
close?
If say you're chilling at home, all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, I'm going to this guy's house." No, the fuck you're not.
No, no,
Like,
no. Okay, obviously you have to behave yourself. There's obvious
uh,
there's obvious things you have to do that.
no,
You
this
can't be a
is
married woman going to an unmarried guy's house at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. You can't do that, obviously.
exactly.
no, but that's what I'm saying. If they should not
Yeah, but
claim that
like,
close, I
okay,
don't know.
if she wants to meet for lunch, can she do that?
I mean, yeah, I don't want to police what she can't do. I mean, like she can go
Are you
off
comfortable? Are you comfortable with that? That's the bigger
lunch.
question.
Yeah, they can. Yeah,
Are
He's
you
not.
comfortable with it?
He's
no,
This
I
guy
am.
is
not.
not.
I am.
This guy is definitely not. Yeah, you're a
Skills is
liar.
capping for the pod.
Come on, I agree with you. Like, if you guys were friends before, like, just maintain the friendship, but there must be boundaries. Like you
There's no
said, you
boundaries,
can't be
yeah.
calling. Yeah, definitely, you have to set boundaries as
It's not like you
to.
just like remove them
But
from your life.
yeah, exactly. But then again, there's that very thin line as well
Hmm. Hmm.
from setting boundaries and becoming what's the word I'm looking for? Like trying to separate your spouse from their own friends and
Hmm.
isolate them and all, which
Yeah,
is what
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of
We a lot of men do.
and very,
A
very
lot of the guys
dangerous.
do that shit. Yeah.
Because once they now done that and they don't your friends don't have access to you, that's when they start the abuse and all.
Manipulation.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
So
agree with you, lot, but I'll go after
Ooh,
Nagina
wait, wait,
first.
wait, wait, wait. What do you mean? What do you mean you don't agree first?
Wait, let Nagina say her thoughts first.
No, no,
Then
no,
I'll
no,
go after.
no, no. Because this is like
Oh, you want
skills.
me to go now?
You're trying to get us cancelled every week. I want to know what you mean first.
Wait, here's the thing, right? Why I don't know why y'all trying to pretend like see it doesn't matter how long they've been friends because
Actually,
they
wait.
are
Let's clarify Rose's point first. He's saying that a lot of guys try to isolate their partners and try to restrict them from having access to their friends because they're now married. So
Mhm.
that just to clarify, that's what you said you don't agree with. So continue.
No, not that particular part. I'm not trying to
Okay.
isolate anyone. I'm just talking about
Uh-huh.
like in general. Yeah.
Okay.
So like in general, I'm saying it's a problem regardless. If she has a close guy friend and they've been
Mhm.
friends for 10 years and nothing has ever happened. Yeah, from her side, I don't know what this
You don't
motherfucker is
trust the guy,
thinking.
basically. Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
trust the
that's
guy.
that. And
I
then
get that. I
one,
get that.
that closeness,
Mhm.
they have to calm down. Like they have to no, because
That's what I
let's be
said.
honest.
Boundaries now. You
Yeah,
have
because
boundaries.
if there's a problem in your relationship, who's she gonna tell? That guy. Who's going to comfort
Mhm.
her? That guy. And because they're both straight, there's always a chance that something might happen. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. Therefore, you can't be close to this guy anymore. At least you should know that. I would assume she would have the initiative to
Mhm.
understand that
Mhm.
you can't be doing that. Yeah, I mean, like
Mhm.
it doesn't.
So
Nah,
that,
nah.
that that can be a boundary then. That can be a boundary. Like if you have issues, like it's not like you go to him and he's the one that'll comfort you. Maybe you go to one of your female friends. That can be like an example of a
Yeah,
boundary.
something like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, Nagina, you can go now.
Okay, so I hope you guys are talking from the perspective of both genders because it does
Yeah.
go both ways.
Yeah.
Like males having female friends as well after marriage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think I agree with all of you a little bit. Like in terms of what Skills said, 100%. Like if that was the case this way, like it would make you uncomfortable. Like why are you just going to chill with this your guy friend on your own or
Yeah.
something like that,
Yeah.
like alone as well? It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
make you jealous. You're gonna be insecure. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's a given fact. Even girls, like would you be okay having a female friend and your wife, you expect your wife to be okay with it. I don't think she'll
Mhm,
be okay with it. But
mhm,
I think you just need to set ground rules and boundaries.
mhm,
I think it
mhm.
is definitely healthy having friends, male or female, whoever you're close with. I mean, if we take the point of the 10 years one as well, if you've been friends for 10 years and nothing's happened, what would make you think like, oh, now she's
Yeah,
married or taken, something's definitely going to happen? I don't think
yeah.
so. But
Or now she's
obviously,
married still.
Exactly.
yeah.
Let me even like add to that, like exactly the conversation we had at the time. Because like I said, these people thought I was fucking crazy. Like, because there were like 8 of us, and I was the only one that held this position. When Skills was talking earlier about changing someone, and I feel like your friends, your close friends, or whatever, is a big part of who someone is. I don't feel like it makes sense for you to just suddenly get married to someone and just remove such a big part of
Not
someone's life.
remove, but you have to heavily downplay.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about what they were saying. They were saying
Oh,
remove.
okay, okay.
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
like they
okay.
were like completely like, nah, you can't have any male friends if you're married to someone. And then I was like, okay, but why can't you have like some sort of compromise? For example, if she has male friends or a male friend that she's close to, you guys can organize like a joint dinner. Like you guys can go,
Yeah.
like she can bring a date or whatever. You can
Double
have it
date.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't
like
want to
there's
meet
so
that
many
nigga.
things. No, no, okay, I do. Personally, I do. Like I
Okay.
would prefer to know who he is, what he's
Mhm.
like, just to have that extra level of comfort to know, okay, like he's chill. But also there's also the fact that okay, you might meet one that you're unsure of, and then this is where you have to be honest with yourself. Like, are you just insecure, or do you genuinely think this guy is a problem? Because it is very possible that you can meet a guy and you think, okay, look, this guy actually has feelings for her, and then you tell her and she may not agree with you or whatever. That's where issues come, I feel, because she's
Mhm.
she's gonna say like, nah, he's cool, but you have that inkling. But generally for me, like, let me meet him, see what he's like. If he's really close to you, we can always organize ways to make it work, even if it's like, because people aren't cool with like a guy just coming to your house. I don't have a problem if I'm there. Like, are you gonna do
Mm.
something with my wife when I'm right there? Like, you're not. Like, there's so many ways you can make it work, in my opinion. But like, I feel like this generation, people are
Wait,
so
so you'd
scared.
be there and then she's hanging out with him and you're there?
Yeah, I'm there. Like, what's there? Like,
Nah, that's kind of weird still.
why is that weird to you though?
You all are
Because
hanging
you're
out together.
You're all
no,
there.
but you're
Like, you're
not
all
his
there.
friend. He don't know you like that. You don't know
Yeah, but
him.
like, but she's her friend and she's close to him, or he's close to her rather. And what I'm
Yeah,
saying
not
is,
you.
because you're married, you have to have boundaries. Like, that's for sure. You have to have boundaries. But now that you have boundaries, what compromises can you make so that she's still fine or she's still comfortable and you're not just ripping a big part of her life out of her? And that's what I'm saying. These are some of the
Mm.
things you could do to make her at least feel a bit more comfortable. It doesn't mean like he's gonna be at your house every day or every week or every month
Nah.
even, but like every now and then, like if you guys don't want to go for dinner or something, like, yeah, and if you just want to, you guys just want to chill at home, you can have like a barbecue. You can, like, so many shit you can do where you're there, she's there, he's there, and you know nothing's gonna happen, even if you're like hella insecure.
I mean, can I add something to that?
Yeah.
I don't think that that would even be a big issue after marriage, because if you think about it realistically, when you're
Mm-hmm.
married, you get busy with your own life or your work
Mm-hmm.
life, your husband, etc. It's just like how we were at uni, we had so much time to speak to our friends, chill with our friends, but then you're working. Where do you find the time, the balance, everything?
Exactly. You don't have a lot of
It
time
would
for
just be
yourself.
so rarely that I don't even think it would have an impact on your personal relationship, because it's not like you're gonna chill with them every single night you come back
Yeah,
from work.
exactly.
Like, who's got the energy?
It shouldn't, but it will, because
Yeah.
unfortunately, like this generation, everyone is so scarred and insecure because of, well, a lot of guys know what they're like, and this is what I noticed at that dinner actually. A lot of guys know what they're like, and this, and Skills mentioned how he wouldn't trust the guy even if he trusts her. And I
Mm.
feel like because a lot of guys are always waiting on the sidelines for something to happen, they just feel like if it's their wife, like whoever this close friend is just doing the same thing. And because of that insecurity is always there, I feel like that's why that they're not comfortable with it at all. And I think most, at least Hausa people anyway, would have this view that just not gonna allow their wives to have male friends. But I personally don't see why it should be such an issue.
I mean, I think it should be the case sometimes because honestly, I feel like every single man's intention is like, yeah, let me just get with her. I don't
Well,
care if
Not
that's
it's
not
taken or not.
every single man's
not every,
intention.
Almost.
obviously.
Let's say 80%.
Uh,
I mean, it's
I
like
mean, you can speak
85.
from your own like experiences, obviously, because your experiences will be different. But if I'm talking about like, if I look at my female friends, for example, I know the ones, like the ones that I even have any intention of doing anything with. It's pretty much always been that way. Like, it's not something that just switched all of a sudden. Like,
Mhm.
there's no one
Really?
that I was friends. Yeah, no, there's no one I was friends with. I met them initially and thought, at least when I initially got to know them and thought, nah, I'm not really interested in her at all. And then all of a sudden, I just switch. I'm like, nah, I really like this girl. Like, it's not really happened that way. Like, I kind of know from the beginning if there's a chance that I might catch feelings or I might be interested or I might be attracted to her before I even go anywhere.
What would you do in that situation then?
Which one?
I mean, you're saying that you initially know beforehand. So what if you got with someone else and you're still friends with that girl that you initially had an attraction with?
Mm-hmm.
Would you
I
still
mean,
continue friendship with her whilst being in a
oh, I
relationship?
see what you mean. Oh, that's a
That's a
tricky
good
one, actually.
question.
That's
That's
actually
a
a
good
tricky one.
question.
So well, I trust myself not to cheat. I feel like the chances of me cheating are pretty like non-existent, honestly. So I would break up with my girlfriend if I cheat. So I don't really feel. I'm being honest, like I would. So I don't really feel like it's an issue. But I would say if my girlfriend is uncomfortable with that, I would keep my distance from whoever that friend is because I don't
Would you
think we'll be
disclose that to her that you do have feelings you did have feelings for this other girl?
feelings or attraction. What are we talking about?
Attraction, okay.
If she asked, because it's happened
Said,
before
hey,
in the past.
asking need to know.
Like honestly, like someone had asked me that. Like, well, the girl, she asked me there was someone else. I'm like, oh, are you attracted to her? I'm like, yeah, I mean, yeah, like, yeah, but it didn't work out in it. So, like, nothing is gonna happen there. So I could see she was a bit like uncomfortable about the whole thing. So I was like, okay.
But
So I like.
sorry, cut you off, but my thing is, why do people like to pretend like as if, like, even for me, like, if I'm in a relationship, I know she's going to see somebody else and she'll be like, oh, this guy is like, he looks really buff. Like, there always goes to be people buffer and penga. Cause like, tell me why I'm in a relationship this one time, and then she's like, "Oh, who's number one person in the world you'd want to get with?" And I'm like, Zendaya, and then now she's upset, and I'm like, "Why the fuck you thought it was gonna be you?" Like, I'm just saying, like, so
No, but
let's
she's
be
gonna be
realistic.
upset though. And honestly, I've been in that not the exact same situation, but like
Nah,
she
this
asked
skills
me
guy
like
has no
ideal
filter at all.
like
No
I mean, it's
filter.
good being straightforward, though. I think
It's facts, bro.
my
it's
thing
a
is why
rare
ask?
trait that
Why
people
ask if
have.
it's not
I
gonna
don't
work
think
out?
it's good to be straightforward always. Sometimes you have to be sensible in certain
It's not about
situations
sensible. It's
rather
People
about
than
like that
just
having
being
actually
shit.
speak from
Nah,
the
straightforward and
heart rather
just.
than trying to beat around the
you gotta
bush.
put
And
it
I
all
think
on the table.
Yeah.
I don't
Facts.
believe like everything you say. I don't believe it's everything you say personally. Like it's not always like being right is not always the best thing in every situation.
That's true too. I
Be
learned that the hard
Personally,
way, but yeah, that's true.
you can't always want to be right. Sometimes you just have to save your relationship ahead of being right. Relationships slash friendships as well. I don't think you must always be right.
But you know
Because
what, though?
if we always want to be right and everything, we
Uh-huh.
might as well not have friends because like
Actually, yeah, he's right
No,
on
but
that
you
one,
know what, though? And
unfortunately.
you're right. You're right. But here's my thing, though. There's a line to being truthful and like being yourself. So in that
And
situation
being
where she's
stupid
like,
too.
no, yeah, and facts. But in that situation where she was like, oh, like who's the one person in the world? And I was like,
Yeah,
Zendaya.
because it's a
Honestly,
stupid question. Like
yeah,
it's
that's a
definitely a
stupid question. And honestly, when I say Zendaya, even though it's facts, I was expecting her to laugh, and then we both
yeah,
laughed,
yeah,
and then
exactly.
that's how I
because
knew
it
that
was a
okay, maybe this is not
celebrity
the person.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like
no.
it's funny because I've been in the exact same shit. No, well, not the exact same shit, but like if I'm dating you, you're a Christian,
She
and you
had
ask
dead
me,
banter, whoever
yeah,
that was.
exactly. You
She
ask me
had
what
dead
my ideal
banter.
partner is. If you're a Christian, you ask me what my ideal partner is. Obviously, my ideal partner is gonna be Muslim. Like I think that's like a given.
So
So
like,
if you
come
get
on,
upset that I
bro.
said that because you know you're Christian, I'm like, but why are you upset though? Like you asked me, like don't
She
ask
was
me the
upset.
fucking
She not
question.
Zendaya. That's what the
Like,
fuck.
yeah, people just get hurt unnecessarily, and I feel like Nagina said, it's because they don't have a sense of humor, bro. If they had a sense of humor,
Because
they'll
that's
just
not
laugh.
realistic if you think about it.
Exactly, it's not realistic like Zendaya. You're gonna get with Zendaya. Like skills, no offense, but you have no chance, bro.
You never know,
No,
but it still
well,
is not
here's the thing,
realistic.
though. Yeah, I mean, it's not realistic, but you never know. Like, if I saw her walking on the street, yeah, man shooting a shot. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
Shit,
saying.
I like to be with Georgia Smith, but that ain't possible either, bro.
Wait. Here's the
Alright.
thing, though. Before we wrap up the thing, I want to add one more on the one thing, right? Because being realistic, in most relationships, there's always a misbalance, anyways. So, like, one person usually loves the other person more. So that soulmate thing, that soulmate the one feeling it doesn't, like, it barely ever goes both ways. Like,
That's not
if
realistic, bro. That's not
yeah,
realistic, bro.
yeah. So if somebody is like my one, okay,